What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today, lads, we're going to be going over the top 10 point guards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. So the point guard is, I'm not going to call it the most stacked position in the world. I think it's okay, and if I forgot somebody, I do apologize. So, anyway, first up in here at number 10, let's not waste too much time. Let's try to get this video done as close to the 8 minutes as possible. At number 10, we have got Luke Walton. Luke Walton's still insanely good, mainly because of the fact that his stats are perfect. Like, if you're looking at this card, his only real flaw is his driving dunk being 85, but that's not the end of the world. He's 6'8". His badges are pretty nice. He's got pretty much all the goal shooting ones that matter. He's got Hall of Fame range, a lot of defensive ones, 6'8", half decent player build. And as far as release goes, the Markel Fultz base, which is probably, I'm not going to call it the best base in the game, but it's up there. Just because of its ease of greening compared to O'Shea and LaMelo Ball. For a lot of people, especially if you are starting off the game, you're going to have a lot of success with him. And I put him in there above the, in number 10, above the honorable mentions of, Magic Johnson, Tyler Hero. Trying to even think, who do I use? Evan Turner, maybe, to an extent. Gary Payton. There's a lot of decent guys that are that could have been in this position, but I'm going with Luke Walton. At number 9, Oscar Robertson. So the big O fella. 6'5", 6'8" wingspan. His release is good. His upper makes every release good, even though it isn't the greatest base. It's not the fast release. His upper does make it pretty good. He's got a really nice dribble sigs, perfect animations. He does come with 30 extra half badges, which is big. 6'5" is perfectly fine for his height. Again, you can dunk with it. You can stand and dunk with a 6'5" guy. He's got insanely good playmaking badges. Defensively, he's pretty good as well. And just a really, really nice card. He's going to shoot the ball well. He's going to play good defense. And I do think he is on the lower end of the top 10, but I do think he is probably top 10. At number 8, we have got Devin Booker. So Devin Booker in the right hands is deadly. Again, I'm not the right hands, but I do know that there are certain guys that are just, if you were good with that pink diamond Booker, this Booker might be the best point guard in the game. And he is like the lowest here where you could still argue maybe is the best point guard, because I've seen people cook with Booker. Those guys can cook. He has the Booker step back, the Booker upper with the Steph base, which is even better than Devin Booker's original release. He's got Jordan dribble style, Devin Booker size up, which is okay. Trey escape, which is good. And yeah, just a really good card. He also comes with quick drops, his own dunk package as well. And in the right hands, this is one of the most deadly point guards in the game. At number 7, we've got Ben Simmons. He's 6'11". He is a 6'11" point guard who will play great defense, hit when he's wide open, and will just dunk on everybody. He is the he is the typical 2K23 meta cheese point guard, and he has been used a lot in this game since, what was it, the very start of February, 3rd of February. You can make an argument that I've put him low. He came out 2.5 months ago, and you could make the argument that I have him low in here at number 7. The only reason I have him at number 7 is that these lists are going to be watched by everybody, and if you are not greening with Simmons, he is a liability. His release is slow, and a good player facing a bad player with Simmons can just bait him into making mistakes. Even though he is quite an easy or a high ease of use player, because of his height and the fact he can just mash everybody, I still think Simmons, he does have enough flaws that I'm going at number 6. At number 5, we're going Alperen Şengün. I think he's very similar to Simmons in the way he plays, except the difference is Şengün can shoot. Not the greatest shooter, but he can shoot. Good defender, really good on defense, or really good speed for a 7 or for a 6'10" center or point guard. What am I talking about? Really solid inside scoring as well, and can mash people. Can do a lot of what Simmons can do. Doesn't quite have the player build of Simmons. Probably can't guard like Simmons, but he'll be a great wing defender. Put him guarding the power forward if you've got it depending on who you have. But he does shoot way better than Simmons. He's a little bit less of a liability, and he's in here at 6. At number 5, we've got Rudy Fernandez. He's literally 6'6" with a 6'7" wingspan, Stephen Curry. And I'm not even joking. Defensively, comes with anchor, challenger, clamps, glove. Okay, cool. The 4 most important defensive badges. Defensive stats, 90 in everything. Limitless rate, he's every single shooting badge. 92 3-ball, he's a 95 driving dunk. And if you look at his animations, Steph Curry, Seth Curry, with Steph size up, Steph escape, Steph crossover, Steph behind back, Steph step back, with the normal leaner. And he also has front clutches. This man is Steph Curry, who grew 3 inches and has a 40-inch vertical. Steph Curry can be so effective in this game, and he also has the normal leaner, which I think is actually better on next gen than the Steph fade. So he's a super, super effective card. I know some people mightn't like Rudy Fernandez. Just because Rudy Fernandez, I think this card's unbelievable. I think he is in here at number 5. Because again, I'm somebody with an 85 almost steal tendency. I'm someone that's liked Steph Curry this year. My whole thing is, he just doesn't really fit the meta because he's too small and he can't really dunk. And now we have a dunking taller Stephen Curry. So yeah, he's in here at number 5. But I think you can definitely make the argument at this stage that Şengün and Simmons are better. I'm just putting him at 5. Number 4, we got Cade Cunningham. Big ass player build. Better shooter than a Şengün. Better shooter than than Simmons. And he's still got pretty much similar height. 97 3-ball, but his jumper still not great, to be fair. Basically every single badge you need. Kyle Lowry size of tray escape. Cade on very quick. Normal leaner, Dame behind the back, good defender, just an all-around beast of a player that you're gonna be. It's gonna be great, honestly, if you want to run him at the shooting or at the point guard position. At number 3, we got LaMelo Ball. I still think at his peak, LaMelo is just that bit more dangerous. He comes with LaMelo Ball on quick, which is a super quick release, which is by far other than Rudy Fernandez release this and Rudy Fernandez so far in this list the definitive best releases. But Steph escape, which is I like it. I like the Curry slide. I don't even like the Curry slide that much. The fact that you can just spam those front escapes, especially if you're playing as a weak player and you just grab your opponent, is great. Normal leaner, Dame behind the back. I really like this card, and I know some people mightn't, but I think that LaMelo at 3 is okay. At number 2, we got Jimmy Buckets. 6'7", 6'8" wingspan. He has the borderline uncontestable jumper, and Jimmy on very quick. If you are playing against somebody and they are not manually contesting, or they're off balling, you can literally just shoot the ball in their face. He's not like Luka. Last year, Luka literally shot through heavies and he could green. The thing with Jimmy this year is that something that would register as a heavy registers as a lightly. Something that should register as a lightly doesn't get registered at all. So he's very hard to contest. But he's not quite Luka last year. But he is the closest thing to Luka. Tray escape. Great defense. Great player build. Brilliant shooter. Super, super effective. His jumper looks weird, but it's unbelievably green. He's in here at number 2. At number 1, though, we've got Shaun Livingston. Shaun Livingston is here. 6'7", 6'11" wingspan. A guy that I do genuinely like in this game. 95 speed, 94 acceleration, 94 3-ball. Really, really good defensive stats. But the difference with Livingston is this release is god tier. That Chetty Osman upper makes any release one of the easiest to green in the game. Kyle Lowry size of Trae Young escape. Great player builds. He's literally just a case of, I prefer his release to a LaMelo. I prefer his dribble six to a lot of people. I prefer LaMelo, to be fair. But he's got everything. He's got absolutely everything. And I genuinely think, though, from Simmons onwards, you can probably argue anyone. But for me, I am going with Shaun Livingston at number 1.